So I'm just there's some problem, so I'm just restarting. So please bear with us. Just 1 minute. Okay, problem sorted. We restart. Next. Okay. Are you able to? Okay, no sound. Now, are you able to hear? Is everyone able to hear? Is everyone able to hear? आ गई. Okay, आ गई. Fine. So we will restart. We will restart. Uh, Desk, please uh, star all the questions. That makes it easier for me. Namaste Sanjay ji. Jai Hind. Namaste Sanjay ji. There are a lot of authors who have written Mahabharat English version. Which one to read? Kindly suggest. Pranam. We have, as far as I remember, they have 4 or 5 versions. There is a Bori version, which I will not recommend at all. Because Bhandarkar ji was basically a Christian apologist. So he has had a lot of views which are not strictly Sanatan. Then we had Sukhtankar's critical edition, and we also have now Vivek Devrai's edition. Vivek Devrai's edition, I haven't gone through, so I cannot say anything about it. But I will recommend to everybody the Gita Press English translation. So that's the standard one, and that also comes from the Sanatan perspective, and it doesn't incorporate the Christian perspective actually. Next. Aki Gaming, thank you, Aki. Hardik. Hardik Thakkar. Is USA deliberately keeping inflation and interest rates high because this money will flow from other economies to USA and will keep the dollar index high and other currencies weak? Step two, fight de-dollarization. Actually, it is not really a step to fight de-dollarization, because the more they do this, they weaken their own economy. they take money out of the common man's pocket. So that weakens them politically. And if it weakens them politically, then they cannot fight de-dollarization. So that actually complicates the matters for them. And de-dollarization doesn't depend on this. The more fiat currency they create, the more difficult it becomes for them. So mm, this is not going to help them actually. Next. Haki Gaming. If Pakistan breaks up, then how do we stop refugees? Two, three things. First of all, Pakistan, uh, especially the Punjabis. Let's look at the geography first. The geography of Pakistan is such that it's only in the North Punjab, only in the North Punjab and some parts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, that the border has significant population. As you go into South Pakistan, the population density on the border on the Pakistani side becomes very low. And as you go into Rajasthan, it becomes extremely sparse. So the population centers are not on the border. So makes it very easy to stop it, right? It's not like Bangladesh because everything is cheek by jowl, and you have water bodies flowing right through. It's impossible to stop infiltration on the Bangladesh border. I have seen it at very close quarters. In fact, on Meghalaya border, I have patrolled myself with the BSF people because I was there as election observer, and I saw that. I mean, the fields are running into each other, and at that time, the border fence had not been constructed also. So it's impossible on that side, but very easy on this side, except on the northern border of Punjab, where the patrolling, the systems are very robust, and that will not allow any refugees to get through. That is one. That is number two actually, and number three is that their own theology doesn't permit them to come this side. They hate everyone here so much, and all these, these mm, our Punjabi brothers, they won't let a single Pakistani come into this area. Unlike what Khalistanis would say, Khalistanis, of course, they're all ISI props. So Khalistanis might say anything. Khalistanis might give them any kind of incentive, but no, the Punjabis, the Sikhs, the especially in the northern areas of Punjab, they won't let anyone in. Impossible. So I do not foresee a refugee problem in our side if Pakistan breaks up or Pakistan becomes bankrupt or there are food riots or whatever. If they have to migrate, they will migrate somewhere else. Let them go to Iran or Yemen. I see them going towards Arabia actually. The problem is for the Arab countries. Mahesh Madhurji, thank you, and thank you. Grateful for your support. Extremely grateful. Next, Mahesh, Madhur Guruji, I was busy last month, so I was unable to watch and contribute to your videos. Thank you, Maheshji. We also missed you. Next, Hockey Gaming. How many Devandi and Wahhabis in India by numbers? Well, Devandis are about 20% of the Sunni population, and Sunni population is about 80% of the total Muslim population, so 16%. And out of this 80% Sunni population, the Wahhabis, actually Wahhabi is a very loose term and it's very badly defined. So what we have as Wahhabis basically what the Arabs understand by Wahhabis are those people who do not, who are not muqallidin, those who do not follow taqleed, and those who follow the Ibn Taymiyyah, Abdul Wahab version of Islam, which is typically Saudi Hanbali version. So those are Wahhabis by the Arab definition. Here, everybody and everybody is actually become Wahhabi. I have seen some noted author calling certain movements as Wahhabi movements, though they are completely following Taqleed, not really Wahhabis. So they are Hanfi Muqallidain. Therefore, Wahhabis are Ahle Hadith in India. The only Ghair Muqallid branch of Sunni Islam is Ahle Hadith, which is hardly 1%. Unbreaking India. Thank you. Humpty. Hello, sir. Good to see you in good health. My question: for the boycotts of Bollywood to be more effective, we need more logical reasoning and background. I agree with you, but it has been very effective. And the proof of its effectiveness is how they were forced to spend hundreds of crores on the publicity of Pathan. And in spite of that, Pathan has actually not got even 10% of what is being taunted. We've already shown, people have already shown that IMBD is telling that they have, IMDb is estimating that Pathan has grossed, in fact, its gross income is less than 200 crores. So if gross is less than 200 crores, then what would be the net? Not more than 100. And more than that, they have spent in publicity. So you can work out. Pathan is actually a disaster mm, which is being positioned as a flop. It's a unique thing in Bollywood. And that's because of Bollywood's desperation and because the boycott Bollywood movement has been extremely effective. Vikram Kulkarni, have you considered organizing debate with sensible people? Okay. Who are the sensible people? For example, Adam Seeker versus Esther Dhanraj on Christianity. What does Adam Seeker know of Christianity? I don't think Adam Seeker knows much Christianity. And why should Adam Seeker debate Esther Dhanraj on Christianity? I am completely unable to understand your idea, Vikramji. Please explain to me why we should have this kind of a debate. Maybe have an audience poll and decide. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Rekha Rao, tough times for the mullahs, Maulanas, and the Ashraf lot. The Riyasat-e-Madina has all but collapsed. Gulf nations coming towards India, UK report. PM visit to Bohra Academy. Is it the beginning of the end of that painful cult? Don't read too much into PM's visit to the Bohra Academy. Now, Bohra, you would be surprised to know that the Bohri Shia is probably the only non-violent cult among all Muslim cults. They are basically businessmen. So they are not into slaughtering the infidels. They have their own quirks, such as the female genital mutilation and all that. And their leader has an iron like, a vice like grip on the community. So, but those are basically their internal matters. They don't create trouble for others. So, I don't read too much into that. The Prime Minister has been going to Bohra community congregations even when he was Chief Minister, and even before that, even when he was not the Chief Minister, and he was an active politician. So That is about the Boras. And about your comments, yes, I agree, absolutely. Naman Panchal, SD sir, please tell me the reality of Razia Sultan and her atrocities in India. Well, Razia Sultan, uh, let me clarify it for you. That Razia Sultan by herself was actually a puppet, and therefore, whatever atrocities and whatever other things have been done in her name actually do not or should not bear her imprint. She was basically a puppet because you know in Islam and even in Hanafi Islam, a woman cannot become a ruler. But because it suited faction in the Sultanate at that time to project her as the front, that she was made some kind of a titular head. That's about all. Rupa Rao ji, Charan Sparsh Guru ji, thank you, Rupa Rao ji. In the recent discussion in JD USA with Salvatore Babonis, he mentions that if the rules of international order originated from India, then the world would be a more tolerant place. Can that actually happen? It may happen, you never know. Realistically speaking, how long will it take? Maybe another 50 years. Shiva Satya. Charan Sparsh Sanjay ji, it's clear from recent media coverage of Parliament sessions that even now majority of media is pro-leftist. Mahua M. held high. It seems BJP needs to up its PR game for 2024. Yes, BJP's communication strategy is certainly not top of the order. It's not something that is even effective. Forget effective. It's not something that is even visible at times. So I think that is one of their major failures. Their communications are pathetic, actually. And their mentor, the RSS, if you look at the RSS communications, it is non existent. So that is one area where they really have to up their game. And because of certain ideological confusion within the RSS top leadership, they keep oscillating and they are not able to formulate a clear cut strategy to even appreciate the kind of challenges that they face. Look at this Madani fiasco. This Madani had been meeting the Sarasanga Chalak, and today he went full against him, even called him Jahil. So, and these guys, they need to really put their socks up as far as communication strategy and the ideological clarity is concerned. अभिनाग आज फिर मोमिनाओं का हार मुशरिकों के हाथों हो गया Women's T20 World Cup. Pak Maulvis are blaming PCB for short clothes on players. Yes, absolutely right. No, because Mominas should not be playing. Momina's job is to bear children and to keep their husbands happy. Well, look at these Momina. I mean, they should have been married off at the age of 9. And instead, at the age of 33, that lady, what's her name, Bisma, is captaining the team. La haul wala quwwat. Mohit Shah. Modi has destroyed 1,000 plus Hindu temples. Modi looted 55,000 crore from temples and has given 43,000 plus crore to Muslims. Modi is Gandhi 2.0. Please, I need verification of these numbers because they are so speculative that unless you give me firm proof that these statistics are true, I cannot respond. CEO India, sir, I am from Amritsar. Situation is worsening day by day. Is government planning anything against Khalistan issue? I see no evidence of government even flagging it as a threat. What to do? We have been flagging this as a threat, and we have been in Jaipur dialogues. Have been clearly telling this every time. So many times we have, but government के कानों पे जू नहीं रेंगती. Next, Shnijish, debate for UCC has started. Mullahs have started speaking against it. Can government control them? Very easy to control mullahs actually. Not at all difficult. The only thing is that you have to first identify mullahs as a threat. You have to identify mullahs as an extension of Pakistan. Till you do that, you cannot counter them. And the day you do that, we can facilitate. We can tell you exactly how to counter them. Next. Abhijit Soman, Namaste Sanjay ji. Considering latest visits by our NSA, do you think POK is on cards in 2023? No, I don't think so. I don't think India is going to do anything precipitate at this point because in even in the international relations, it is known when your enemy is intent on committing suicide, you should do nothing to stop him from doing it. And if we actually at this point of time we try and interfere in POK, that will have the effect of distracting Pakistan from committing suicide, and that entire country, all mullah maulvis, general public, and army and everything, they would all unite. So that would be the best case scenario for them. They're already telling their people that India is trying to gobble POK and India tries to gobble Makbuza Kashmir or whatever. So please do not even go that way. Or let's say, let's not go that way at all. Gagan Kasana. Why does Indian Army not do salami slicing in POJK and claim back the territory? I just explained it to you. Just explained it to you. Next. Kiran Patel ji, thank you. Thank you for your help. Sanjay ji, as you've started Deen Ki Dawat, you should also invite for Christianity by showing the first chapter of Goa Inquisition. Please engage Kamakhi Dhanraji for this noble cause. I'm willing to contribute some sponsorship for that. Certainly, Kiranji, definitely. Please write to us your contact on the WhatsApp number we have. Please give your contact and we will go forward with this. The only thing is that we have to think of an equally catchy name. Shiva Satya. Telangana can be an easy win as government is anti-Hindu and people are fed up. Why is BJP not exploiting the chance in spite of having strong politicians there? Uh, I don't think BJP is in a position to win there, but it is definitely in a position to become a strong number two in Telangana. But it could win majority of seats in the Lok Sabha elections. If not majority, certainly that last tally of 4 can easily go up to 7 or 8. That could happen. And Congress is going to vanish from Telangana as well. Just as it has vanished from Andhra, it will vanish from Telangana too. That is the scenario that my ground reporting is telling me. And definitely they have got strong leaders. And I don't think that they are sparing any effort. They fought so hard even in the Hyderabad municipal elections. National leaders going and campaigning in a municipal election is unheard of. They don't do that even in Delhi. So, but I think the TRS or BRS now is too well entrenched to lose power, at least in the next elections or this year's elections. And the next elections, that would be in 2028, could be a different story. Fake Neyu, a request, sir. Can you call Khan conversation guy? Khan conversation guy. Please clarify. What do you mean by Khan conversation guy? Nijis, Mullahs Ashraf speak anything seems like no control radicalizing youths in India who has given them so much freedom. I do not agree with you. Mullahs say exactly what is written in their texts. And those texts are protected under freedom of religion. I haven't seen any mullah saying anything which is not there in their text. I haven't seen any mullah abusing any religion of his own volition. Even when he's abusing kafirs, he only quotes from his scriptures. Because those abuses, that hate, that contempt, that disdain, that's all there in their scriptures. What do you do? And those scriptures are holy, protected, freedom of religion. It's a difficult situation. Please comment with respect to timeline for implementation of UCC. Please, before or after elections via parliament or state legislatures or SC ruling. It cannot be promulgated through legislatures, because even if they do through the legislatures, there are so many central acts that will come in the way, so they will have to go to the central government for presidential assent. Uh, I think an act from the parliament is the only solution. My information has it that the government wants to do it, but it's not able to gather the courage. Now, usually what happens that people get the courage to do difficult things that will benefit them when the election approaches. So let's see. Next, Aki Gaming, is Devband the threat to India or we can manage? Devband is a big threat to India as well. Devband is definitely a big threat to India. Devband, Aligarh, Bareilly. These are the three institutions that need to be completely dismantled. And also, we have to formulate a strategy against what one of my very good friends has termed as Shava Jihad. This Mazar Jihad or land jihad being carried out through dargahs and mazars, they actually Shava Jihad, because they supposed to have a qabr with a corpse in it, but usually there is nothing there. And this Shava Jihad is really dangerous. So, what's the future of farm laws? Well, finance minister has said that they will definitely implement it. So let's go by what she says. Karnataka 2023 BJP oblique Congress. We have already discussed Karnataka in the Jaipur dialogues, and according to that, BJP is not winning more than 90 seats. Congress may be a little less, but BJP is not winning more than 90 seats. Congress could actually go more than BJP, though Congress itself by itself may not get the majority, but it may get seats more than BJP. Shiva Satya, Sanjay ji, in Sanatan literature, we have Vedas, Vedanta, Shastras, Puranas, and Itihas. I request you to make a video about a learning roadmap across these. Okay, good idea. Ravi Shuddin, who was Ali Hassan Nadwi? Why did he get King Faisal Prize? Was he anti-Hindu and anti-India? He was the president or the chairman of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board since its inception till his death. That's his claim to fame. Next. Islamic extremism status in Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan. A, A minus, A plus 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 plus. Next. Sneejes Swami Prasad Maurya thing in UP. Any impact of his leads in UP politics? Well, BJP will probably benefit from it. Next. Shiva Satya. Sanjay ji's Ramacharitamanus by Gita Press still authentic. They were planning some amendments of political correctness, so I am worried to order that. I haven't heard of that. The amendments that you're talking of. चाहत सिंह चौहान. एक हाथ में एटम बम का बक्सा, दूसरे में खैरात. भारत ये लेके वेस्ट में क्यों नहीं जाता कि नूपुर शर्मा जी के लिए मुल्ले अरब गए. भारत को सुपर पावर बनना है भाई, ऐसे हल्के काम नहीं कर सकता. See, we are not in competition with Pakistan as far as international behavior is concerned. That's where we score very highly. Yeah, but yes, we could be more assertive. That's a different matter. But we don't have to be assertive by showing off nuclear blackmail. Poverty, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism are anything but enemies, and in fact, all stem from the same source and are all working towards the same goal. No, Judaism doesn't work for the same goal. Judaism doesn't even evangelize because for Judaism, the ultimate prize or the ultimate promise from God or Jehovah is the promised land. They've got their promised land. So they are already in their heaven. It's different with the Christians and Islams, yes. They have similar goals. Aki Gaming, how do you see end of Islam in India till 2050? Not till 2050. It's still longer. Aditya Agrawal, Sanjay sir, some confused Sikhs say that they are closer to Islam. What is the difference between Akal Purukh and Islamic concept of God? Akal Purukh is Omkar, Brahma. Brahma is all pervasive. And Sikhism has actually emanated from the Vedas. You can see our talks on that subject with Professor Jagveer Singh, with Puneet Sahani. It will be very clear to you that Sikhism is basically it has its roots in Sanatan Dharma. So it has all the concepts that we have here. What we call Akala Purukh or Ek Omkar or Parabrahma is all the same. Then they also have the four highest common factors. They have a dharma, they have a karma, they have a moksha. Okay. They have sansar. Sansar means a continuously, eternally moving dynamic. So, an eternal universe. So that they have. So they have the transmigration, they have rebirth. So how can it be close to Islam? अब है Dr. John Hagelins is one of the top quantum physicists, president of Maharshi University of Management and transcendental meditation practitioner. He says Veda is equal to unified field theory. Please try one sessions with him on JD. Please, since you mentioned him, if you can also forward the contact on our WhatsApp, I would be very, very grateful. My fan, your opinion on Vikramaditya Empire, Kolkata Dynasty Empire's land also in the second battle of terrain. Did Prithviraj Chauhan kill Gori or not? Three questions in one. Good. My opinions on Vikramaditya Empire, Karkota Dynasty are there in my talks. So I would advise you to please exert yourself a little bit and search out uh, these topics in my talks. Because if I start describing it now, it'll take a good chunk of time. Second Battle of Taran, Prithviraj killed Goria. The historiography doesn't tell us that. That's only Chandabardai's version, which cannot be trusted. Amiya Naam Joshi, the karmic cycle of Pakistan is finally started. When Uncle Sam would be punished, their crimes are much, much worse. Even their cycle has started. With lithium being found, taking POK back becomes even more important. USA will try their best to stop us. I basically agree with all your assumptions. A key giving, no country in the world has the competence as China. Sorry, I don't agree. Next, Shurveer program. After Ajit sir video, we gave 67 plus Hindu services across the country. So we are waiting for your response as well. Please send us the mail. 130 Rishikesh Kumar, thank you ji. Sneeji, sometime if you can please invite Shaktil Chaudhary from Pakistan as panelist. I did invite him, but he seemed reluctant. I don't know why. Yuri Bezmanov saw your conversation with Ankit Shah. He is partially right. Please invite me for a conversation about New World Order. Big geopolitical issue. I tried reaching out to Vibhuti also, but no use. Well, you're not even using your correct name. So I think people would have doubts on the identity. So please again try writing to us and let's see where we can go. Rudra Tripathi, Pranam sir, do you see Modi ji have any vision of future India? Is a Panch Prana just a lip service? I see evidence of that Pancha Prana. Actually, it is Prana. He keeps pronouncing it Prana. Five resolutions, basically. I do see him working towards at least, what is it, developed India. Then you have elimination of the colonial mindset, मानसिक गुलामी, mental slavery. तो मेंटल स्लेवरी हटाने के लिए तो बहुत कुछ हो रहा है. विरासत वाला जो है वो भी हो रहा है और मे बी नॉट टू आवर expectations, but certainly हो रहा है. And then the final one there, what is it? Kartavya. That is also important. And that is also happening in the economic field. तो हो रहा है. Next, Yuri Bezno, can RSS chief be removed from organization? Many within RSS do not align with his beliefs. It is possible. Some people in the past have been removed, including the last one, KC Sudarshan. He was forced to resign. श्रीमंत दास, मैं शिव का बहुत बड़ा भक्त हूँ पप्पू। अच्छा बेटा पप्पू, तो फिर ज्ञानवापी मंदिर में नंदी को उसका महाकाल वापस दिलाओ। बात करो अपने शांतिप्रिय वोट बैंक से। भेज दीजिए पप्पू को ये मैसेज। प्रियांशु पटेल, नमस्ते संजय सर, आई वांट टू आस्क दैट यू आर एक्सपोजिंग many anti-India elements and many of them are powerful. Do you face any threats from them? Nothing till now. Simant Das, after earthquake, Turkey for India, a friend in need is a friend indeed. After earthquake, Turkey for Pakistan, a beggar in greed is a beggar indeed. Good one. थैंक यू सिमन जी। अनोनिमस, सर मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि सर बुद्धिस्ट को एक्सपोज करो। हमारे बौद्ध कथावाचक हिंदू धर्म को गाली दे रहे हैं, न्यूज़ में पढ़ा था। तो सर इस देश में ब्राह्मणों बनिया से ईर्ष्या कब खत्म होगी? राजपूत और आदिवासी अलग धर्म की मांग क्यों कर रहे हैं? पागलों का कोई कोई कमी नहीं है दुनिया में, लेकिन सारे पागल मिल के भी दुनिया का 1% नहीं होते हैं। इसलिए जो अक्लमंद लोग हैं उनको ये आना चाहिए कि पागलों में और दिमाग वालों में फ़र्क कैसे करें। सीमंत दास, ये अल्लाह तो बेकार है। ये अल्लाह तो अपने दीनदार मोमिन को किसी कंपटीशन में थर्ड प्लेस में भी जगह नहीं दे सकता है। मतलब इस्लाम तो एक फोर्थ कैटेगरी का घटिया मजहब है। अब ऐसे तो आप में से तो देखो, आज मोमिना हार गई तो क्या इसके लिए हम अल्लाह को जिम्मेदार ठहराएं? जीत जाती तो वो मोमिना जो हैं वो सारी की सारी मिल के जो है वहाँ पर नमाज पढ़ती उसके ऊपर, पिच के ऊपर, वो अलग बात है। लेकिन जब हार जाती हैं तो कभी भी नहीं कहती कि साहब, फिर कहती हैं कि अल्लाह ऐसा ही चाहता था। अरे भाई क्यों चाहता था? आज तक भारत से क्यों नहीं जीत पाई हो? कुछ तो कारण होगा। अभिषेक जी, नमस्ते संजय जी। मैं कुछ दिन पहले अवेकनिंग विद नरेश ये यूट्यूब चैनल देख रहा था। उसमें वो हिंदुज़्म की स्पिरिचुअलिटी के साथ सूफीज़्म में भी कैसे स्पिरिचुअलिटी है ये बता रहे थे। भाई हमने सूफी पे इतने सारे डायलॉग कर दिए, आप उसको देखिए, आपको स्वयं समझ में आ जाएगा कि सूफीज़्म का स्पिरिचुअलिटी से कोई लेना देना नहीं है। सूफीज़्म जो है शरीयत को मानता है, तो जब शरीयत को मान लिया तो वो फिर क्या हो सकता है? वो सब बहुत पुरानी बातें हैं जी। वो कुछ हुआ करता था जिसको हम बोलते हैं कि वजहते वजूद। वो वजहते वजूद वजूद ख़त्म कर दिया, सरहिंदी के बाद से उसका वजूद ही ख़त्म हो गया। तो ये कुछ नहीं है, वो सूफीज़्म एक अलग हुआ करता था पिछली सहस्राब्दी में, इन द लास्ट मिलेनियम। लास्ट मतलब फर्स्ट मिलेनियम। तो ये सब ये जो है अपने हवा बनाने के लिए करते हैं और कोई काम नहीं है इसमें, कोई तथ्य नहीं है इसमें। आई मीन कौन सा नशा करके ये दूसरे रिलीजन्स के बारे में? ओके, नेक्स्ट। अब 8, all religions that spread hatred towards non-believers should be banned. Only dharma should be permitted via constitution. Is it possible? Doesn't look possible, at least in the present circumstances. But it can be made possible by you and me. Next. इस्लाम भारत में पैदा हुआ था। ओम मतलब अल्लाह, मदनी ये तो कुफ्र लेवल नंबर 66। आई दैया, हमारे मोमो चाचा का क्या? नो नो नो, सिमंत दास, प्लीज वॉच द वीडियो दैट आई डिड today. They have this as a very strong pillar of belief. Whatever he was saying, he was not saying something out of the blue. Please. Next. Avinash, sir, why are we not bringing our own YouTube, SM platforms, etc.? These left bias sites are destroying young Hindu minds. Dhruv Rathi is quite popular in my friend circles. Millions watch him. By millions watch him, so lakhs watch us also. And this is the only way that you beat them. At least I don't think that Dhruv Rathi is being promoted by YouTube. There are people watching him, so please study him and build something that does better than him. It will happen by and by. 3 years back, 3 years back, there was no presence of the Sanatan version. Today, Sanatan version is maybe at least 30% of the leftists. So let's make it 100%. That is what we should be doing. सीमंत दास मकबूल भट्ट के बारे में थोड़ा इन्फो दीजिए। मकबूल भट्ट को फांसी लगी थी, टेररिस्ट था वो। उस टाइम टेररिस्ट को फांसी देने में सुप्रीम कोर्ट आड़े नहीं आता था। आजकल होता तो बच जाता शायद। नेक्स्ट, देवाशीष went to Ramakrishna temple in RK Mission, Calicut. Found the religious symbols, including that of Islam and Christianity. Even in bookstall, 2 books on Prophet and Jesus. Did Swamiji have clarity on the Abrahamic predatory faiths? Swamiji had absolute clarity on the predatory faiths. So, in fact, he said that he was completely against evangelization. Point here is that the Ramakrishna Mission view on Prophet and Jesus are completely at odds with the views that those religions have who own them as prophets. So we as outsiders may view everybody in our own image because we have this belief that the Ishwar inheres in everyone. Ishavasya sarvam yat kinch jagatyam jaget. Yat kinch jagatyam jagat. But this particular philosophy is anathema to them. So, if Ramakrishna Mission, in fact, what Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Paramhans have said about them is from the same point of view that I am telling you, the Ishavasya Vidam Sarve Mat Kinchi Jagatyam Jagat. That view is completely rejected by both Christianity and Islam. So these Ramakrishna Mission people, actually, they are just following what Ramakrishna Paramahansa and Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda said very blindly and almost like a dogma. Because if they went deeper into it, they would find that what they have said is completely at odds with what Islam and Christianity believe. So you need to be discerning about it and can engage them in conversation on these points. I think they should be happy to. Next, Vivek Dahiya, please take to the previous question. Vivek Dahiya, namaste Sanjay ji. What is more concerning for us Sanatanis, the Hindus who have no Shatru Bodh or those who blindly follow and appease the Abrahamic religions in India? Even when, why should we have this binary? I think both of them should concern us. Even when they know the atrocities done by the Abrahamics in the last 1400 years, I believe that we are not 100 crore Hindus. Many of these 100 crores are the brown sahibs who have no idea of Sanatan Dharma. Yes, partly true, but then we shouldn't have this binary that is more concerning. Both should concern us. And yes, these brown sahibs are very few, but we have a lot of fence sitters. And Jaipur Dialogues has been initiated with the thought of bringing these people over, not let them keep sitting on the fence. Down from the fence and come to your home. Next. Naman Panchal, please recommend and suggest me the authentic source of great Hindu empires of ancient India. Also, Islamic invaders' atrocities India when Islam entered in India by sword. The second one first, you can go through Eliot and Dawson. Eliot and Dawson, they have several volumes. It says that the history of India is told by its own historians, and they have translated most of the books by the Muslim chroniclers. Same thing has been done by Atar Abbas Rizvi, and he has done it in Hindi as well. So that is the second point. The first one is that authentic source of great Hindu empires of ancient India. Again, this place is full of references. I think we please read R.C. Majumdar. Tatti or Hasi. Thoughts around alcohol ban in Hyderabad Formula E race. I think drink and drive is not permitted. No? Dhila, Surah. Pranam Sanjay ji, please do session for the youth and family culture, Indic languages. Why Indic marriage life is the best comparing USA is trying. I think please watch some of our older episodes. We have done sessions on all of these with some very eminent people like Professor Bharat Gop, Professor Subhash Kak. They will all be there. Especially we have done on Kama Sutra, in which the entire pantheon or the entire spectrum of how marriage works is there in the Manusmriti, in Kama Sutra. All those episodes are there. Shiva Satya. So this is from Jaipur Dialogue's article, Hinduism versus Hateful Media. The print has welcomed the Gita publications revisions for modifying the text. Okay, I haven't come across this. I will look for it. Next. Dila Surakh Sir, Hindus are already in minority in almost 100 villages. 100 villages. There are more than 6 lakh villages in India. Please do some entrepreneurship videos so that people can stay in the villages and do business, not move to our unplanned cities. Okay, good idea. Next. Ahmad Rashid Sanjay ji, Namaste. I'm an Indian born as a Muslim, but who cherishes Sanatan heritage. This might come to you as a surprise, but you have a small fan following in Indian Muslims as well. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Kiran Patel, sure Sanjay ji, Swasha Shigram for BS of Bible. Thank you, Kiran ji. Kaki Gaming, number of Bangladeshi in India and how to deport them. See, these are all speculations. No survey has been done as such. Moai fan, sir, I cannot find your video on विक्रमादित्य empire. Please tell me अपने देश को किसके साथ वीडियो बनाया. वो बता देंगे आपको हम. टैप कर दीजिए आप, हमें बता देंगे. नेक्स्ट. जहांगीर गोटला जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच. ढीला सुराख जी, Sanjay ji, all social science institutes, especially the private ones like Ashoka University, are propagating USA agenda to break all Indian values, culture, family system. Need awakening here too, sir. Yes. Again, we have done a lot of videos on this, especially with uh, Vibhuti Jha. You can have a look at them. Next, by 8, I think Pappu has given up 2024 to Kharge and is preparing for 2029 against Yogi. I think you are mistaken actually. He is preparing for 2049, not 2029. Then in 2049, he would say that, okay, I am now too old. I am fighting my last election. So please help me. Oh, that phenomenon, that पांच बार का हारा वीरेंद्र बेचारा, that could kick in. Yuri Bezunov, Swami Vivekananda was a Freemasonry and rejected idea of worshipping idols. Your thoughts? That's bullshit. Anybody can be a Freemason. Anybody. I know a lot of our trads are propagating this thought. in among Hindus also we have some fringe, that fringe says that okay, if you are a Freemason, anybody can be a Freemason. I and you could become a Freemason. Freemasonry, it doesn't tamper with your beliefs. Idol worship, Vivekanand opposing idol worship. His guru was a Kali worshipper, bhai. What are you talking? So please, wherever you've heard this, you can advise them. So please look at the Vivekananda's guru, the Kali worshipper, and you please read his Gita Bhashya, and please read especially his Bhakti Yoga. He's written books on Bhakti Yoga. I don't think anybody who says that okay he was a Freemason or whatever has read his books on Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. These four yogas which are there in the Gita, he's written books on it and they're freely available. Varun Gupta, what is RSS doing to prevent Christian conversion? I am not aware of much that is being done directly by the RSS. So some of the affiliates might be doing. There are a lot of things that Vanvasi Ashram does. And Vanvasi Ashram is very active among the Adivasis. They have done great work and they have brought back a lot of people. Vishwa Hindu Parishad also does them. RSS directly, I don't think I have an idea. Ashok Patel ji, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution, sir. Hats off. Avinash, sir, currently I am pursuing graduation in history and at the same time preparing for CSE. I'm strictly following our Indic historians and not the Darbaris. Will it be feasible for me in UPSC? You have to have both the views, sir. If you are unbalanced in your views these days, even if you write purely leftist crap, you may not get marks. So you have to have a balanced view. You should be able to give both sides. Next. Poonam, there is quite a debate over Adani issue these days. In my office, the pro-leftists are crying wolf all the time. Why should they bother about the share market? I don't know why the leftists even look at the capital markets. They should only be looking for some stuff from the from the Marxist literature. Why do they bother about shares? These shares, this capital market, these are all capitalist things. It shouldn't bother the Marxists at all. They should read the Lal Kitab and be happy. Next. Your Hasi. Champagne is tradition for Formula Series podium positions. Only in Arab countries they don't. Hyderabad is not Arab, but KCR said it is to please local custom. Where I think even Sanatanis don't like champagne too much, do they? Next, Jahangir Gotla, what do you think about zero tolerance for terroristan and serious action against them? Not just rhetoric. Are they not the biggest problem because of their fan clubs within India? But they're going down. Let them go down. No? I think they're committing suicide. So let's do nothing to prevent them from committing suicide. And these fan clubs, actually, these days, they are terribly worried because their entire narrative is at risk. So we should actually enjoy their situation. Ram Kapoor, Namaste Sanjay ji, please tell how was Burma separated from India? See, Burma was never part of India. Let us be very clear. A lot of people say that, okay, Burma was our part and we lost Burma and this, that. Historically, Burma was never part of India as such. Some coastal area was under the suzerainty. as of the Chola Empire. Some coastal areas, not the whole of Burma, just some coastal areas were part of the Chola Empire as vassals. Okay, uh, not direct rule. So let us be very, very skeptical about this idea that is floated that Burma, it was called Brahmadesh in India. That is how it became Burma. But it wasn't really part of the Indian civilization or Indian political system ever. And when the British acquired it, they ruled it from Calcutta, right? Then when they shifted to Delhi, it became very difficult for them to govern Burma. So they created a separate system for it. And that is how they separated it in 1935. When they brought the Government of India Act 1935, they separated Burma. And Burma, they created a separate system. Jai Bharat, Jai Punjab. Why no prominent Punjab Hindu to talk on Amritpal Singh? Prominent PB Hindu सिख नहीं बात कर सकते क्या? If Ramanik Wan talks about him, that's not good enough. We have to have a Hindu only. मैं तो हूं ना. पंजाबी ही होना क्यों आवश्यक है? Akshay, should temple funds not be spent in line with the character of the deity? Yes, absolutely. That's what we are fighting for. Next. MK. Same allegation, diagonally opposite Justice Asharamji Bapu and MJ Akbar. Please advise remedy for injustice with Asharamji Bapu. Well, complex subject. I even had an interview with one of our, what is called, advisors. But then I think a lot of other things happened. It's a separate topic. Next. Self-actualization, ji, thank you. Abhijit, hello STG, I have a query. You made video about the homosexual judge appointed in SC and wokeness in SC and government stand, but in Sham Sharma show, AIM pointed out that the judge whom government opposed had defended Modi Guj government in Sohrabuddin encounter case, Ishrat Jahan case, etc. And he's against collegium system and proper right-wing guy. Also the matter about the partner being Swiss, even EAM Jayashankar has Japanese wife. We had ex-president who had Burmese wife. So it can't be a nah. Well, there are certain things with the government that we don't know. And in these matters of national security, there may be something. So I can't say. It can't be a national security threat. Your comments, I just made those comments. Venkatasai, Namaskaram, Sanjay Garu. I am from Telangana. Many people watch your videos here as well. And my question is BJP playing a long game, keeping Indian in mind? Please look at Shiva Shakti. They became nightmare for the missionary. Well, as far as the BJP is concerned, the one person who is capable of playing these games in the BJP is Modi. Beyond that, I don't see anyone capable enough in the BJP and in the RSS who can play a long game. And Modi is already 72, going on 73. So, if BJP is even thinking of it, Modi is thinking of a long game. That long game will last only as long as Modi is there, unless he prepares people to take over his mantle. That is what my impression is. Because in the RSS, I don't see much strategic thinking at all. Abhi Tripathi Ireland. McAuliffe is from a city, Limerick, that is about 150 miles from where I live in Ireland. His statue was erected there by our ambassador in 2017. Oh, really? I can believe anything then. Do they have no idea about his contribution to Khalistan? I have emailed you about it. V. Tripathi ji, we will have a look at your email. This is wonderful information. I think that is for me to use. They don't know anything about Macaulay. They allowed these SGPC guys to remove Sahaj Panthis. That just shows the complete lack of talent or the complete lack of knowledge in the establishment. Next, Mr. Prashant Charan Sparsh Sanjay ji, by the definition of family as mentioned in the EWS PDF. Presently, I am eligible to get EWS quota, but my grandfather owns a plot in his name greater than 100 yards in municipality and is a pensioner also. My father will inherit it in future. So am I still eligible for EWS quota? Well, Prashant ji, from what you say, right now you are eligible, you might lose eligibility later on. So I think it is safer that if you fear that your eligibility will is going to be lost in future, it's safer that you stay away from it. That is a practical solution, a practical suggestion or advice. Devanshu Agrawal, search bell found in coal Genesis Park. Okay, ji. Dhanyawad. MK, wish to present thesis at your annual event. Is it possible for an unknown person like me? Will produce it to you for approval before. Well, let's understand the character of the annual event. It is actually a talk discussion event. So we do not have presentations of thesis in that event. So if you have a thesis you think you would like to present, it will have to be done in our regular programming. Baman Khanna. For a long time, I've seen or listened to this episode. Ask me anything. It's a very useful episode for us. Please continue every Sunday. Thank you, Sanjay ji. Sure, Bamanji. I was away to Australia for more than a month and a half. That's how the hiatus occurred. Kishore, why did Lord Krishna not take revenge of Draupadi then and there when she was disrobed? Karma. Draupadi was also suffering for her karma. And then other people, they suffered for the bad karma that they did to Draupadi. So the Ishwar, the Bhagavan, they don't get in the way, get into the way of karma. Next, Shivanshu Pandey. What you see Rajasthan current scenario? Will history repeat it? BJP win chances. I am Birla or Gajendra against Queen and Ashok Gehlot. Future. We've already done an episode on it and we have clearly said that Vasundhara will not become the chief minister. That is our prediction. And Gehlot is will actually will be in competition with his previous 2013 performance. Whether he is going to beat that performance or not is the only question that needs to be asked. Next. Yogesh Tripathi Sanjay sir, how to deal with toxic anti-Brahmin Bania professors in DU, like Dilip Mandal. I am a student there. So I had a fight with one professor and he tried to disturb me mentally. You please, there are certain solutions which I will not like to speak out in public. So Yogesh ji, you please email. Please send an email to our Jaipur Dialogue address and there we can discuss. एम के लोकतंत्र वास्तव में क्षणिक है, हम केवल ईवीएम का बटन दबाने के क्षण भर के लिए स्वतंत्र हैं, आपका मत? नहीं नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है भाई। बहुत सारी चीज़ों में स्वतंत्र है। आप हमें सुन रहे हैं, ये भी स्वतंत्रता है ना। चीन में सुन सकते हैं क्या? और तो और अमेरिका तक में हालत ये है कि साहब कि आप ये इसको सुन के कहीं बात करने लगेंगे तो पता चला आपको कैंसिल कर दिया जाएगा। कैंसल कल्चर है वहाँ पे। इसलिए बहुत स्वतंत्रता है। Vikas Kumar sir, why even top educated Muslim people see Hindutva a bad manner and compare with hatred, but in reality it's talk about love and peace, and they don't see its philosophy and don't see Muslim hatred and bad behavior in India. That is because they're lazy and they really don't go deep into what is being talked about. They just scratch the surface, and because they are in important positions, so they think that whatever they have scratched and found, that is the truth, which it is not. So they have to be taken down from their pedestal, and they have to be told that you may be important, but you are not the repository of knowledge. So they have to be taken down. Anonymous partition was done based upon ideology, but then what legal legitimacy led to reintroducing the same ideology back into India? Nehruji's need for Muslim votes. Also, at what point and how was the partition religion reintroduced into India? And should that not invalidate partition then? It was reintroduced into India by Maulana Azad Nehru combination. They actively campaigned for keeping Muslims back. And Gandhiji even campaigned for sending all the Hindus who had come from Pakistan back to Pakistan. So this Gandhi Nehru Azad combination was deadly for Hindus. Next. Can you tell me the most authentic Sanskrit dictionary as well as translations and commentaries on Vedic text? Please add details on JD website. I used Amar Kosh for Sanskrit Hindi translations. Next. Yuri Pezuno, thank you for clarifying Vivekanand questions. You're welcome, Yuri. Next. डॉक्टर ओम नमस्कार संजय सर, मुझे लगता है कि मोदी जी के लिए खुद उनके लोग चुनौती हैं। मनसुख मंडाविया जी को ही लीजिए, लोकसभा में कहते हैं कि नीट पीजी को पोस्टपोन नहीं किया जा सकता क्योंकि कोविड की वजह से पहले ही बहुत लेट हो चुका है, जबकि खुद उन्होंने इंटर्नशिप डेडलाइन 11 मार्च तक एक्सटेंड कर दी। मतलब डॉक्टर 5 मार्च को एग्जाम देके एटलीस्ट 11 अगस्त तक काउंसलिंग का वेट करेंगे। Any sense behind his actions? Think of us how torturing these 5-6 months gonna be. Yes, I agree with you. A lot of these actions actually do not make sense. Srijan Agarwal, Pranam sir, you're doing a great job. Thank you. How can we help fight Panch Makar? Well, you're doing just that right now. From think tanks, is there efforts going on in the background? Right now, all the think tanks, I think these is most of the think tanks are on YouTube only. Very few think tanks on the ground. But the people here also are doing a great job, no doubt. Self-actualization, please share your views on India's shift on Turkey. There's no shift as such. India has a policy of sending disaster relief to any country, even Pakistan. So, Turkey is fine. I mean, we have diplomatic relations with them, don't we? Shiva Satya, sir, in case you missed my question, please tell when we can expect your next books to release. Uh, 6 months for all religions are not the same. And another year and a half at least for the last version or the the third part, the last part in the Krishna trilogy series. Next, 3C. When are you calling Abhijit Iyer Mitra on your show to eat his yellow shirt as he promised if Air India is privatized? Oh, thank you for reminding. Thank you for reminding. We will invite him and we'll remind him. Next, Jai Bharat, Jai Punjab, JD show on Ramcharitmanas burning Dubai insult. कर तो दिया इसके ऊपर, बात हो गई ना इसके ऊपर. You've done it, ना? With Shri Bharatgupta. Chunav Putur. Who are some Muslim figures from Indian history that all Indians can admire? So that brutal leaders like Aurangzeb hopefully lose relevance among a section of our society. Could Dara Shikoh, Ras Khan was one. Then Jai Bharat, Jai Punjab. Referred is saluted always. My point is, till Punjabi Hindus don't challenge Amritpal Singh, why will government act? Ramnik Man is great. We need Hindu/Sikh. Well, if you know anybody, you could advise me. Next, Baman Khanna, myself chemistry person, please don't use plastic bottle. This is not plastic. Your view and Dalit Pandit from Ram Mandir, perfectly fine. Hindu communist. नमस्ते सर, कॉनराड जी इंडिया टूर पर हैं, एक फेस टू फेस सेशन रखिए ना, हो सकते हैं तो इज लेक्चरिंग यूनिवर्सिटी. जेडी इज आल्सो यूनिवर्सिटी. ओके, आई वाज अवे सो आई डिडंट इनवाइट एनीवन. नेक्स्ट, कल्याण बिकमिंग सनातन. आप अचानक से गवर्नमेंट की चापलूसी क्यों करने लगे? अच्छा, जरा बताएं कहाँ की, बताएं तो. आप जब ये कहते हैं कि हम गवर्नमेंट की चापलूसी करते हैं, तो मैं तो आपके सामने केवल फैक्ट्स ही रख सकता हूँ, और वो फैक्ट्स ये हैं कि अब आप देखिए जरा हमारे हमारे जो वीडियोस चले हैं, ठीक है साहब. अब हमने अभी एक वीडियो किया कि लखनऊ बनेगा लक्ष्मणपुर, और उसमें हमने पूछा कि कर्णावती क्यों नहीं बन रहा है अहमदाबाद. ये गवर्नमेंट की चापलूसी है क्या? और यदि लिथियम मिल जाता है जम्मू कश्मीर में, तो क्या हम देश के लिए उसकी प्रशंसा ना करें? क्या करें? अच्छा, फिर अभी और मैं बता देता हूँ आपको JNK के बारे में. JNK के बारे में सरकार का, JNK जैसे जो जिनके बिहाफ पे आप पूछ रहे हैं, या जो, चलिए हम बिहाफ पे नहीं पूछ रहे हैं, लेकिन हाँ बहुत सारे लोग जो कहते हैं कि साहब की हम, एक और हैं हमारे मित्र, वो ये कहते हैं कि साहब की आप ऑड डे पे फेवर में हैं और इवन डे पे आप अगेंस्ट में हैं. तो ये क्या दिखाता है? ये यही दिखाता है ना कि हम किसी के पिट्ठू नहीं हैं. हम ना तो सदैव आलोचना करेंगे और ना हम सदैव प्रशंसा करेंगे. अच्छा काम करेंगे प्रशंसा करेंगे, खराब काम करेंगे तो आलोचना करेंगे. JNK में जो आप देख रहे हैं, जो ये चल रहा है ना, इसके लिए 3 वर्ष तक हमने प्रयास किया है, तब ये हुआ है. एक बार भी किसी को नहीं छोड़ा। बाकी लोगों को तो पता ही नहीं है जम्मू कश्मीर की स्थिति, समझते ही नहीं हैं। तो इसलिए इस तरह की बातें करने से पहले कृपया तथ्यों का अन्वेषण कर लिया करें, क्योंकि तथ्यों का अन्वेषण अत्यंत आवश्यक होता है। और केवल जो है क्योंकि जयपुर डायलॉग्स पे जो भी आते हैं ना, तो हम ये आशा करते हैं कि जो जयपुर डायलॉग्स पे आ रहे हैं वो थोड़े तार्किक हैं। तो जब बात तार्किक होगी तो आनंद आएगा, और जो बात अतार्किक हो जाएगी तो फिर यही होगा कि भाई ठीक है, हम भी कुछ आप कुछ हमको कह दें, हम कुछ आपको कह दें। हमारी आदत नहीं है इस तरह की। ओमी ठक्कर जी हैं, कह रहे हैं नमस्ते सर, इज देयर अ काउंटर फॉर हलाल मनी? व्हाई कांट वी कलेक्टिवली डोनेट फॉर सनातन मनी ऑन रेगुलर बेसिस टू हेल्प हिंदूज बाय all means? The halal has to be counted on the ground. And how it has to be counted, I think we've done so many talks on that. We have to simply give up buying anything that has the halal mark on it. Next. Vijit, could you name few examples where we did not show Sadguna Vikriti? I know about Bappa Raval and Suheldev, Lalita Aditya, even Chhatrapati Shivaji did not forgive enemies except for Gauhar Bano case, which Savarkar criticizes. I think Vallabhbhai Patel is a fine case. Vallabhbhai Patel is a fine case. Not having allowed Sadguna Vikriti in spite of all the limitations that he had. And but for him, we wouldn't have got Hyderabad, because Nehru was simply too indecisive. And if Gandhi had remained alive, we would never have got Ahmedabad, because he would not have, he would have gone on a fast. If anything like a police action that was done by Vallabhbhai Patel would have happened. Next. Abhijit sir, how to convince innocent good people who are dharmic? I mean, I know many people, even you also know among your circles, that average Hindu is pious and dharmic personally, but they fall for this secularism and false narrative. They're not bad and don't have any motives. They just go on with their lives. Educate, educate, and educate. That is an untiring, unrelenting task. Next. Which is bigger threat, Islam or Christianity? Islam is the immediate threat, Christianity is the long term threat. You have to deal with both. What does somerus mean in ancient literature? Well, the definition of som is very complex. And som is not what the Hindu baiters say, that it is som means some kind of a wine or some kind of an intoxicating drink. No. Som is that elixir, that invigorating drink which actually represents, or which symbolizes the rise of consciousness within oneself. When the consciousness rises, then it is said that you have had a somaras, rise of consciousness equivalent to somaras. So you have to read somaras in this context. Next. Dharmendra Singh, shouldn't we change our colonial administrative system, which is the most corrupt and inefficient? You can't get rid of bureaucracy in any sense. There is no institution in the world which doesn't have bureaucracy. What you can do is actually this whole theory of cutting off the head for curing the headache, I don't think is a very sound theory, or the sound practice. You have to remedy it. And there are various ways of doing it, on which we have had extensive talks. Abhijit, on Shivaji Maharaj Gohar Bano case, I too think what he did was right. I agree, we have to do Shate Shatyam Samachare. There's a line which we should not cross, that is harassing women folk, else we become the very being we are fighting against, would you say even Bhagavan Krishna, who used every trick against Kauravas, did not instruct to attack women, right? Well, you're right, sort of, but then that is also a great insurance that they had always, because they would attack our women folk when the and with impunity, secure in the belief that there would be no reprisal. So that also is a fact that Savarkar was considering when he said that. Next. Abhijit, my friend asked me this: Islam and Christianity is centralized and organized, and they have power with their religious leaders, but we Hindus have outsourced the power to constitution and government. What steps? I don't agree with this. It is our religious leaders who have done this, not the public. Next. Dhaval Seshpal, book suggestion for ancient history. R.C. Majumdar. Next. कल्याण बिकमिंग सनातन, आपने बजट का मुस्लिम के प्रति जो झुकाव है वो तो हाईलाइट नहीं किया। भाई साहब 40% उनका बजट कम कर दिया, आप कह रहे हो झुकाव है। नेक्स्ट, राहुल कुलकर्णी, प्लीज कमेंट ऑन मोहन जी कमेंट्स अबाउट पंडित्स। वो कर तो चुका हूं मैं, पूरा उसके ऊपर एक वीडियो बना दिया। नेक्स्ट, जय भारत जय पंजाब, बायकॉट बॉलीवुड फ्यूचर आफ्टर मोदी पठान सपोर्ट एक्सट्रीमली ब्राइट, वी शैल ओवरकम। नेक्स्ट, Shiva Satya Sanjay ji, you not only helped in Sanatan narrative propagation but saved many like me that felt alone and voiceless. With a platform that echoes deserted Sanatani hearts, ignore any negative criticism. Thank you, Shiva Satya ji. Next, Egon Chagarayan, what is the real date of Rigveda? Real date, according to Nilesh Oak, is starts from 24,000 BCE and continues till about 6,000. With that, we come to the end. One sec, there is some more question. Who were the Sioux? Were they non-Aryan tribes? No, they were not non-Aryan tribes. Next, Shivankar Ghosh, sir, when will the existing reservation system killing proficiency on reserved candidates and keeping Hindus divided be abolished? When we become a 10 trillion economy, it will lose its relevance. It will never be abolished. Okay, and here is an announcement. On 1st and 2nd November, on 1st and 2nd April, there will be an event in Noida by Nyaya Manch, and it will be powered by JD. न्याय मंच एक इवेंट होगी 1 और 2 अप्रैल को नोएडा में, जो कि न्याय मंच तुफैल चतुर्वेदी जी का न्याय मंच आयोजित करेगा, और पावर्ड बाय जयपुर डायलॉग्स। इसके बारे में हम अगले सेशन में और अधिक बात करेंगे। इसी के साथ आज का कार्यक्रम हम यहीं समाप्त करेंगे। जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम।